Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a good day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I want to say welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. Today, we're going to talk about Airbnb scams. For some reason, I was just reading through financial news and I saw this scam that really got my attention called the bait and switch. And I know that a lot of you are using Airbnb. A lot of you are taking trips. Give me a yes in the chat if you use Airbnb on any kind of regular basis. Let me know if you use Airbnb because I use it a lot, and I thought it was interesting to see how these scams operate, and to save you money and to protect you. I thought I would share a story about the time where me and my wife got scammed, and then also let you know about the results of my research. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And let me know what city you're from. I see Son is from Peoria. Melvin out of LA. Good to see you. Terrence says, "Did you receive my ebook?" I probably didn't. I'll admit to you, I don't even read email. You can email. Let's see. I've got a person that works for me. She doesn't have a lot of time to go through a lot of emails, so you probably want to get to the point quickly. But her name's Chanel. And in fact, if anybody ever wants to have me come in and do a training for your church or your group, your investment club, or anything like that on stock options or anything, feel free to reach out to Chanel, and she can take care of you. But just to be honest with you, man, I wish I could sit here and tell you I would read the book, but I probably wouldn't, man. I'm so busy. I don't even have time to read my own books. It's that my life is that crazy. So anyway, I want to say hello to everybody. Good morning or good afternoon. Let's see, Tara in Atlanta. We're going to be at the All Black National Convention in Atlanta in October. And in fact, a good way to talk to me in person is come to an event. We got an event in Dallas coming up. We're going to be in Dallas May 19th. So join us in Dallas. Feel free to go to boycewatkins.com to get more information. All right, so let's hop into this. How many of you have used Airbnb recently? How many of you use Airbnb on a regular basis? Give me a yes if you are a frequent user of Airbnb. I'm going to say yes, I am. I use Airbnb all the time. And my wife and I got scammed on Airbnb one time when we went to London. We went to London, and the guy sent us these pictures of this beautiful place. And we got there expecting that we'd have a nice space. We paid good money for this place. And we had our three kids with us. And we thought we'd have plenty of space for everybody. Well, when we got there, it was just complete crap. The place was in a crappy neighborhood. It looked like a great big. It reminded me of a great big prison cell. Like if you took a jail cell and made it 2 stories, it would be a jail cell. Our kids were scared. Our youngest, the baby, was scared to death. You know, they didn't want to be in that neighborhood. They didn't want to be in that house. So we had to leave, and we had to spend a whole lot of money to get a new place to stay that was way out in on another side of town, because London's not cheap. Have you ever been to London? So we learned the hard way that you got to do your double checks on Airbnb. And you have to sometimes, what I find is that paying a little bit of extra money to get those verified users, they give them little badges or something, trust badges, and their reviews are good, things like that. I look for people like that. I look for people that are certified by Airbnb, even if I had to pay a little bit more, because you just don't know what you're going to get. You might get this deal that seems to be really good, but then next thing you know, you're staying in a complete crap hole. All right, so anyway, let me read some of this to you. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. I'll start with the first article that I found on Insider, where they talk about something called a bait and switch. And a switch, from what I've seen, it sounds basically like this. The host will show you pictures of the place you're going to stay. They'll give you the price that you're going to get. And then right before it's time for you to go and stay at that place, they hit you up and they say, oh, something came up. Your place got, we accidentally double booked it, or something broke down, or whatever the case may be, right? And then next thing you know, the place isn't available, but they give you another place. They say, oh, lucky for you, we have this other place. And they'll give you this other address, send you to this other place that maybe in a different neighborhood. It may be smaller. It may not be as nice as the place you were advertised. That's a bait and switch. Another type of bait and switch that I've seen with Airbnb is when they will take pictures of something and make it look different from what it actually looks like. And so there was another article. This is from aura.com, and they go through what they consider to be the top 10 scams of Airbnb. And the number one scam is the multiple listing scam. They said multiple listing scams occur when a host lists the property at different price points to double book and then rent the property to the highest bidder. So they'll put your property up twice, right? You get what I'm saying? Give me a guess if you follow this. They'll put your property up twice and at two different prices. And so you'll bid the price that you think you're going to get, and then they'll somebody else may bid the higher price, and they basically figure out who's going to bid the highest price. And so if you reserve the property at the lower prices and someone else rents it at a higher price, your host may cancel on you at the last minute. Alternatively, the host may use this as a bait and switch tactic to move you to an inferior property. So what you do is, they said, do not cancel your reservation. Instead, make sure the host is the one that cancels. If you cancel, they said Airbnb offers full refunds for host cancellations. But if you cancel, you could be left paying cancellation fees or even the majority of your full reservation. If they reach out to tell you there's a problem with the property or ask you to stay in a similar location that they also own, do not cancel for them. To avoid the scam, remove the price filter from your search to see if a property is listed at different prices. If it is, if it is, then don't book it. So they said that you can take away the price filter and then see if that property is listed twice. And then if it's listed twice, don't book it. Number two is deceptive or inaccurate property descriptions. The second most common Airbnb scam cited in the study involved inaccurate descriptions of properties and amenities. In other words, if you show up to an Airbnb only to find missing amenities, or that the property is much worse condition than described. In one example, a man in Sarasota rented his property 19 times, bringing in $53,000, but the $828 a night beach property didn't have air conditioning or internet and was even infested with cockroaches. Airbnb has since blocked the host from its platform and issued a full refund to renters. Here's what you do. To avoid inaccurate property description scams in the first place, do your research before arriving to your rental. Message your host for specific information about the amenities and cleaning rules and observe their responses. They said you can also search for the property on Google Maps or websites like Zillow to see if the descriptions and the images match. So they said basically you can actually do a search on the property, look up the address, make sure everything looks the way it's supposed to look, and then that might help you. Number three, they called it doctored images. Airbnb scammers will often use fake, stock, or doctored images to misrepresent their rental property. All too common are photos using angles and lenses that make spaces appear larger, as well as photoshopped amenities and scenic views that are not real. To avoid the scam, head to the review section and look at the accuracy category. You can also find specific bad reviews by selecting See All Reviews and then searching for terms like photos, images, or accurate. Finally, if you're suspicious of a listing, perform a reverse image search of the photos. Copy the images and run them through Google or tineye.com, tineye.com to see if they've been used on other websites or show up as listings of different properties. Now, I want to do an audio check real quick. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm doing a new camera. I just want to make sure I'm coming through all right. Let me know if you can hear me on TikTok. I'm actually live on TikTok. My TikTok is Boyce Watkins. Also, this podcast is on Spotify. You can look up my name, Boyce Watkins, or look up the Dr. Boyce Breakdown. You can find me on Spotify. And by the way, I have a new book out called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. It is a Black wealth training manual. It is a training manual for those of you that want to know how the wealth game works, how to build wealth, and use 10 simple steps that you can give to your family that will make sure everybody's on code, everybody's working as a team, everybody's accomplishing things as a unit. If you understand anything about wealth, you will know that most wealth occurs when you have a team, when you have a family, when you have a group. So form your group, set up your rules, design your structure. That's how you win battles. All right, so the book is on Amazon if you'd like to take a look. It's a bestseller. So thank you all for supporting it. I appreciate that. All right, please leave a review if you do. All right. Airbnb account hacking, number 4 scam for Airbnb. They said that there's account hacking. In addition to misrepresenting properties, scammers may hack into your account and book properties using your stolen financial information. The person who hacks your account will change the login credentials and lock you out, making the scam a type of identity theft. Although account hacks are not the most common scams, they can be some of the most damaging. Victims of this particular con can lose tens of thousands of dollars and have their accounts closed or blocked before the platform intervenes. Here's what you do. The most common way for a hacker to get into your Airbnb account is to trick you into giving them your login information and password. They might pose as a legitimate host and send you to a link to book their property. But in reality, the link takes you outside of Airbnb to a similar looking site that asks for your information. So check the URL. But also, if you get something in your email, just go to the website. Don't click on those links that they send you in your email. I never click on those links. I always go to the website and try to see what's really there. And by the way, Jerry, I see you said you bought 2 books so far. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for that support. And I hope you're getting good value from that. I want you to enjoy the books and learn something from them. All right. So next. Number 5, fake reviews. Spot the scam. Customer reviews help create trust for renters using home sharing websites. Unfortunately, con artists can manipulate reviews as part of their fraud. Hosts may create fake accounts, review their own properties, or enlist friends or family to help. Conversely, competitors might leave negative reviews on other host properties, making it even harder for you to discern what's true. So here's what you do. To avoid booking a poor rental, choose those with more reviews. It's harder to fake large numbers of reviews. Also, pay close attention to the 2, 3, and 4-star reviews. These are less likely to be written by a friend or by competition. You can also load all the reviews and use the search feature to get the information you care about the most. For example, you can search family to see if the rental is appropriate for hosting kids, or you can search Wi-Fi to know if you need to work from your rental. Number 6, payments outside the platform. They said that all payments and communications should take place on the Airbnb app or website. If you receive a message from a host asking you to pay through another app, bank transfer, or website, it is a scam. So do not pay outside of Airbnb. Here's what you do. If you come across a host that wants payment outside of Airbnb, consider this a red flag and make a report to Airbnb immediately. If the message comes over email, make sure that it's from one of the email domains listed above. Lastly, they mentioned some email domains, but honestly, I go straight to the site. I go straight to the app. Let's see here. For added protection, sign up for a credit monitoring service that can alert you for potential fraud, etc. Number 7, incredulous pricing. Airbnb started off as a more affordable way to stay in cities around the world. With some destinations, you can save more than $200 per night by booking an Airbnb instead of a hotel. Unfortunately, fraudsters can use your desire for a deal to trick you into paying for a scam. A too good to be true price is a huge red flag that you should not ignore. It might mean that the home is not as described, the location is undesirable, or the listing doesn't exist. Here's what you do. When you see a great deal on Airbnb, check that the host has posted photos of all rooms in the house, including bathrooms. To avoid fake listings, look up the address or neighborhood on Google Maps to verify the location. And finally, steer clear of great deals that include very few reviews. So be really careful when you're talking about that. That's really going to get you in trouble. Now, somebody's asking, are the flashcards still available? Yes, we have financial flashcards in the Black Business School that we spent years developing specifically for Black children. But if you're not Black, your kids can benefit too. Feel free to go to financialflashcards.com. Studies show this. This comes from all my years of teaching on the faculty at Syracuse University. I taught on the faculty at Ohio State University. I taught at the University of Kentucky. I also taught at Indiana University. And one thing I can tell you about wealth is that the key to being good at making money and wealth and investing is to start early. If our kids start off early and they start learning wealth at the age of 5, when other people's kids are learning at the age of 18, then your kids are going to be better. If they start learning about wealth and economics at the same time they start learning how to dribble basketballs, at the same time they start learning to throw footballs, same time they start learning how to twerk, same time they start learning how to do all the other stuff that we do, then I guarantee you that we'll be the best on earth when it comes to wealth building. And if people think that that's racist, then I cannot apologize. I am Black first. That does not mean I hate anybody else. I don't have any hate for any. I ain't got time to hate you. I ain't got time to be mad at white folks. I ain't got time to be mad at Jewish people. I don't have time to be mad at Asian people. I study what Jewish people do to build wealth. They are masterful wealth builders. All of us should study that. In the Black Business School, the number one book I tell everybody to read is called An Empire of Their Own, How the Jews Invented Hollywood. The reason you should read that book is because they have something that is a secret sauce. They are good at building wealth. It connects to family. It connects to culture. It connects to habits. It connects to codes and rules and responsibilities. That's what you want to have. Give me a yes if you understand what I'm saying. Give me a yes if that's what you're going to do with your family. We can't sit around as Black people and just be mad that other people are getting ahead and kicking ass and taking names. I want us to win too. And I think that we have the ability to do that, but we've got to begin early. We have to have a plan. You cannot win without a plan. You must have a winning attitude. You must have a winning structure in your family. You must have a commitment, because if all you're doing is sitting around and complaining, then you're going to keep getting exactly what you're getting. I'm not interested in losing because I think that we're built to win. So that's my 2 cents. And I know some people see that as an anti-white message. It ain't anti-white. It's just pro-Black as hell. And I don't apologize for none of that. All right. So anyway, the financial flashcards, if you want to take a look, you can go to financialflashcards.com. I also did a training called How to Make Money Without Working. It's all about stock options. A lot of people don't know you can generate a lot of income, a lot of passive income selling stock options. The same way you sell shoes and you sell clothes or whatever, you can sell stock options. And so that's what we do every single week. So feel free to go to boycewatkins.com Look for the training called How to Make Money Without Working. That'll get you started and show you what we're doing every week. All right, so let me keep going here. Hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. Let's finish. We're talking about the 7 biggest scams on Airbnb, 10 biggest. Number 8 is illegal listings. We're almost done with the list, so hang out until the end, and then we'll be done with the list. Illegal listings. Spot the scam. Several cities like New York and Las Vegas have laws limiting the use of short-term rentals and home sharing services. Short-term Airbnb rentals might be illegal in entire cities or specific neighborhoods. Here's what you do. Guests who book illegal rentals might pay for the booking only to arrive and be told by the building security staff that short-term stays are prohibited. The unsuspecting guests are then stuck to pay for a hotel. While Airbnb may end up refunding part of your booking, the process can be time-consuming and there's no guarantee they'll pay your additional hotel costs. If you're staying at an Airbnb for a few days, do a quick search of your destination's laws. That is true. Some of y'all, anybody live in Atlanta? Anybody seen what's happened with Airbnbs in Atlanta? Airbnb was a big way. A lot of people were making a ton of money with Airbnbs in Atlanta for a while. And then Atlanta just came in with all these rules in terms of the number of Airbnbs you can have and all that. And so it kind of made it much more difficult. I bought a house in Atlanta. I was like, oh, let's Airbnb it. Couldn't do that. To start talking to the homeowners association and all that. They nixed all that. So we had to get a long-term rental in that property. And let me tell you like this, I'm glad I got the property. I like real estate as an asset class. I really do. But the amount of money that I make from the property is nothing compared to what I could have made if I'd taken that same money and put up some of the cash and bought some Apple stock and just simply lived off the income from selling the stock options on the Apple stock. It would not only would it be more money, but it would be there would be no work required, no paperwork, no expenses. Nothing. Like literally, it's straightforward to do. So again, just go to my website, How to Make Money Without Working. That's what the training is called, and it's something that a lot of people don't talk about. But I think you may want to look into it because it's a great way to generate income. My next move is not to buy property. I own enough property now. I'm actually buying more stock. That's where I generate my income every week. All right. So anyway, let me keep going. We're almost done with this list. 10 of the biggest Airbnb scams that exist. Number 9 is bogus damage fees. Damage fees protect homeowners from guests who don't properly take care of the property while renting, but some Airbnb hosts have taken advantage of this feature. So basically what they're saying here is that in this type of scam, you'll check out of your rental unit and receive a message notifying you about damage that you did not cause. If you refuse to pay, the host can escalate the issue with Airbnb, which can then use security deposits to pay for the damage or refer the dispute to a collection agency. Here's what you do. To protect yourself from this scam, take pictures or videos of the property right after check-in and before checkout. If you notice any damage upon arrival, take photos and share them with the host directly with Airbnb. Number 10, big scam, hidden cameras. According to Airbnb's official policy, hosts can place cameras and security recording devices in common spaces as long as hosts disclose these devices to renters. Hosts cannot use hidden cameras or recording devices to monitor private areas such as bathrooms and bedrooms. I mean, that's interesting, right? That's kind of scary. When you stay at an Airbnb, you're staying in somebody else's house. That ain't no telling what they did to that house before you got there. That's a little bit nerve-wracking, right? They said, here's what you do. They gave a video. They said basically check anything plugged into outlets located in private areas. Cameras can be disguised as phone chargers, Wi-Fi routers, and lights. Whew. So to avoid Airbnb scams, they give a quick list here. This is on aura.com, A-U-R-A. They said, number 1, do your due diligence. Number 2, stick to the official discounts and offers. Number 3, stay and pay on the platform. Number 4, consider Airbnb Plus. I think that must be like something where the people are more verified or something. That's what I do. I don't mess with the fringe listings. I just don't, because you're rolling the dice, especially if I travel overseas. You go overseas, man, you don't know what the hell you're going to get, So I just look for people that are verified, that are like super hosts, stuff like that. If you're a super host, or you can get me my space quickly, like if you can just go ahead and verify it and book it, I ain't got to wait, and I don't have to worry. If I don't have to wait and worry, WW, if I don't have to wait and worry, then cool. Let's just get it done, make it happen. Paying a little extra for that security is sometimes worth it if you can do it. Number 6, do a reverse image search. Number 7, confirm if it's a legal listing. Number 8, safeguard your account from scammers and hackers. Number 9, avoid last-minute bookings. And they said in 2019, Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky vowed to verify all 7 million listings on the home sharing platform. But while this is a positive sign for Airbnb renters, it doesn't mean that all hosts have your best interests in mind. How many of y'all, give me a yes or no, how many of you believe How many of y'all believe? How many of y'all really believe that the Airbnb CEO really has verified all the properties on their platform? How many of y'all believe that? Anybody believe that? How many of y'all believe? How many of y'all believe that your safety is just, like, in the bag? That they really have your best interest at heart? If you believe that, then I feel sorry for you. You're gonna have to protect yourself out here, right? And here's the thing. Here's another financial thing about travel that you may not know. It's a kind of a fun fact. When they were studying what people have the most benefit from and the most regret from when it comes to money, they found that when you spend money on stupid stuff like material possessions, you don't get as much long-term satisfaction as you get when you spend money on experiences. So when I read that and I thought about that, I said, yeah, that's actually true. And so that led me to start taking more trips with my money. I don't care about buying a bunch of fancy stuff. I don't care about getting more material things. But instead, those experiences, like taking that trip with your kids, my kids, I have my adult kids, and then I have my kids that are in the house. Taking the kids on a trip is literally the best investment personally that I make, and I just love it, right? So have those experiences and don't be scared. And just remember that being a good investor doesn't mean that you can't enjoy your money. You invest so that you can eventually enjoy your money. So enjoy your life. Get yourself something nice. Treat yourself well. Just make sure you take care of business before that. And so if you want some guidance on that, any help, if you go to boycewatkins.com, I have something there. There's a link called the $5 a day investing plan, and it's built so that anybody can afford to do it. Anybody who can afford to go to Popeye's Chicken or McDonald's to get a value meal can afford to do this. And what this will do is, I guarantee that you got it. But it takes 25 years though. In 25 years, in one generation, your family will not be in poverty after that. All you got to do is put that money in those index funds, leave it there, don't sell, and then you'll have a 250,000 or more. But at about the 30-year mark, that's when it kicks into a 250,000 or more. If you want to accelerate that, then double it. Instead of doing $5 a day, do $10 a day, $15 a day, whatever is comfortable for you. But the key is to consistently invest. There's an interesting Netflix documentary right now called How to Get Rich. I don't know if anybody's been watching it, but my wife and I have been watching it because we actually created a financial therapy department in the Black Business School. It's a Black financial therapy department. We've never seen a Black financial therapy department. And we're really intrigued with the psychology of money and how money makes us feel, how money can make us very anxious, how financial trauma is very, very real and it can affect your choices, the difference between a long-term planner and a short-term planner. And I think getting in touch with that side of yourself will help you get to where you want to get to when it comes to money. So that's my little 2 cents. I hope that this helps you. We're going to do deep dives into all this stuff in Dallas on May 19th. So if you'd like to network with other wealth builders, feel free to come down to Dallas. We're going to cover my book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. I'm going to be joined by my wife, Dr. Alicia Watkins, who is a licensed therapist and a full professor of social work. So she is very good at therapy and everything else. Also, Tim Jackson, a real estate expert, is going to join us. So feel free to go to boycewatkins.com if you'd like to learn more. And also, if you can't make it to Dallas, just go to boycewatkins.com. You can get information about the training on how to make money without working. Also, the All Black National Convention is happening in October. You can come to Atlanta to join us for that. It's going to be at the Marriott Marquis Hotel. All right. So thank you so much for listening. God bless you. It was great to see you. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care now. Peace.